As you know, this is an initiative by the Library Readers Forum to motivate the learners to learn better by reading many books. So the specialty of this is that all these books as well as journals are selected from our college library. So these books can easily be accessed by all of you. So moving on to the session. The first book is The Chimp Paradox, the Mind Management Program for Success and Happiness. This book can be found in rack 10B in the second row, and the author of this book is Professor Steve Peters. So this book is, the title itself motivated me to read the book, The Chimp Paradox. It is something unique. So you all know what a chimp is. Chimpanzee, it's a kind of a monkey. So the author says that our brain has two complexes or two segments. One is the prefrontal cortex, and this cortex is associated with a logical thinking, that is the rational part. And rational part is the human part of our brain. Whereas the second part is the limbic system, and it is the emotional or irrational part. And the author says that this system is similar to that of a monkey or a chimp. And this is a simplified mental model analogy presented by the author. There is no theoretically proven thing in this. It is just a mental model complex. So in certain situations we'll be encountering in our life, we'll be, after the event has happened, we'll be thinking, why did I act so? Even our friends would say, you behave like a monkey. The same thing was explained here. Let me give an example. For example, imagine that you are on dieting, but once you enter the kitchen, you find a piece or slice of cake. So on finding that, what will you tell? One part of our brain will be telling that, no, I am on diet, I am not supposed to eat it. Whereas the other part will be saying that, just have a taste, it is just a slice of cake. So the part of the brain that tells us not to eat it is the human part. Whereas the part that tells us to eat it, that is the irrational part, is the chimp part or monkey part. So this book is very beneficial in controlling the chimp part. In most of the situations, we have to control this chimp part and think rationally. So this book provides various techniques to control the chimp part. But don't think that the chimp part is not essential. It is highly essential in flight or flight moments. So in some situations, we have to control it, and those techniques can be presented in this book. So I definitely recommend you to read this book. And the second one is How to Control Anger, the Deadly Enemy. So in this, certain tips are given to control anger. Anger management is one of the most vital things in the present scenario. We do get angry, but as prospective teachers, it is very important to control our anger. Because Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam sir has said, never get angry in front of the class because students are not interested in our personal emotions. So a teacher should always know to control our anger. And I do have anger issues. That's why this book presented a new opportunity for me to control my anger. And in this book also, the author has presented, engineer N.V.K.S.D. He is an engineer by profession, and he has presented two minds. That is, we have two minds. One is the lower mind and another one is the upper mind or higher mind. So in the lower mind, it is the sensory motor mind, and it has animal instincts, similar to what Professor Steve has said. So it is it has animal instincts, whereas the higher mind is the intellectual mind or buddhi. So the author is saying that all the anger manifestations are because of the lower mind. So once we learn to control our lower mind, we will be able to control our anger. And this book says the physiology, psychology associated with anger, as well as the short-term and long-term ways to control our anger. So this is also an excellent read. The third book is Atomic Habits. It is an easy and proven way to build good habits and break bad ones. And the author of this book is James Clear, and it can be found in rack 34A in the 5th row. So atomic habits. Atomic means tiny. So this author says that in order to achieve our goal, we don't have to go to the goal at once. Instead of that, we can break our goal into tiny parts and achieve them first. These tiny parts will help us to achieve our ultimate goal. So atomic habits In this book, it says that small changes will lead to a momentous growth. That is, they compound over time. And the author says that we don't have to improve all at once. We just can improve 1% every day. If you see 1% improvement in you every day, you will finally become better. And he says that we can break our habits into manageable chunks. If we think of an ultimate goal all at once, we'll get tensed. How am I going to attain it? But if you break your goals into monthly goals, then weekly goals and daily goals, you can achieve better. Once you complete your daily goals, you can achieve your weekly goals, then you can achieve your monthly goals, and finally your ultimate goal. He says that long-term success can be gained by breaking our goals. That is what Atomic Habits is about. Now moving on to the fourth book, Eat That Frog. The title itself is very interesting, Eat That Frog. So this book is related to procrastination. 21 ways to beat procrastination and achieve in our life. And the author is Brian Tracy. It is one of the bestseller books. And it can be found in rack 33, 5th row. So Eat That Frog. The title itself makes us want to know what it is. So Eat That Frog says that, imagine that you have to eat a frog every day. Okay? So when you have to eat a frog every day, what will you do? What time will you select for eating the frog? Is it in the morning, afternoon, night? Morning. Okay. So the author says that we should, he will choose morning as the best time to eat the frog. Do you know why? Because eating the frog is a tough job for us. It cannot be done easily. So once we complete that tough job, in the morning itself, we will be free and relaxed. Then we can concentrate to our other jobs. So the author says that when something has to be done, it has to be done soon as you can. And it helps us to beat procrastination. I am also a great procrastinator because I always contemplate in doing things. For example, even for making the slide, I contemplated. I thought that okay, maybe I'll do tomorrow. Such things. So this book told me that procrastination is never good for us. We should always do what is to be done at the right moment. Sometimes the task may be difficult to us. That's why we are procrastinating. But the thing is that we should try to break the task into smaller tasks so that we can complete it soon. So there are 21 different ways in which we can beat procrastination and achieve in our life. So the thing is that we have to plan, prioritize, delegate, monitor and beat procrastination. So if you want to beat procrastination, you can definitely go for this book. It is an excellent read. So the fifth one is not a book, it's a journal, EduTracks. The thing is that we don't go in the side of the journal, right? We'll always go for books. So it is a proud thing to say that our college has a lot of journals and magazines which are highly beneficial for us. So this EduTracks, it is published by Nilkamal Publications Private Limited, an Indian publication, and it can be found in the journal section. So EduTracks is a monthly journal on trends in education. So it is highly beneficial for people, educationists, even for B.Ed. M.Ed. students also, and it is useful for research scholars also. The thing is that once you start reading journals from this B.Ed. stage itself, you will develop a habit. It is a monthly journal. So every month you can get a new copy, and a lot of the topics, even topics associated with our syllabus, are also found in this journal. So first you just have a glimpse of the journal, then start reading it. You can find several articles. You can know how to write an abstract and present an article in a journal. So this is also highly beneficial for us. So these are the 4 books and journals and one journal that I have selected. So I hope that all of you will spend your time to read these books and journal. I assure you that all these will be a wonderful read and it will be worth your time. So thank you. Happy reading.